Hi everyone, this is Kate with Learning English with Kate. Did you ever have a friend who was in trouble or is going through a really hard time and you don't know what to say to them? Well, a good way to encourage someone is to tell them, hang in there. Hang in there. Things will get better. Hang in there. Ever heard the idiom piece of cake? Piece of cake? And you're wondering, well, I love cake, but what does that mean? Yeah, I want a piece of cake. Well, that's not what that means, not literally anyways. If you're wondering how to use it, it is used when you want to say that something is really easy. Something is ridiculously easy. So for example, I don't find calculus to be a piece of cake. I really don't think calculus is a piece of cake. However, I do find English to be a piece of cake because I'm finding English very easy to learn. So it's a piece of cake. I want to teach you today about the idiom for good. Ever heard someone say, I am moving for good? Well, that means they're moving there permanently. It is something that is going to be forever or permanent. So if you are saying, are you moving to British Columbia forever? You should ask it, are you moving to British Columbia for good? Yes, I'm moving to British Columbia for good, meaning I am moving there forever. Did you ever need anyone's help for anything and you weren't sure how to ask it? Well, there is a formal way to ask, which is, do you mind helping me, please? Do you mind helping me, please? Or you could simply use the idiom, could you give me a hand, please? Could you give me a hand? This comes from giving a helping hand, meaning that is when you need someone to help you. Has anyone told you, fingers crossed? That means, I hope that something will happen. So for example, you're telling them, oh, I really hope you get an A on that test. And they're like, yeah, I know, fingers crossed it works out. Have you ever been asked the question, how come? How come? This is when someone is wondering why something is the way that it is, or why do you believe what you believe? So for example, you are telling your friend, I need to take the bus every day to school because I don't like to drive. And your friend asks you, how come? How come? Why don't you like to drive? How come you don't like to drive? Today I will talk about the idiom cutting corners. Cutting corners. That means usually that you are in such a rush that you're not doing the best job you're supposed to be, maybe on your homework or a project you're working on. So you are therefore cutting corners. Cutting corners. Ever wonder what you should use when asking a question? Should I use can or should I use may I? Well, I'm here to tell you that today. If you're wondering how to get permission for something, you have to use the word may. If you are asking about the ability to do something, then you would use the word can. So for example, may I go to the washroom, please? May I go to the washroom, please? You are asking for permission to go to the washroom. But if you want to ask a can question, you can say, can you drive a car yet? Can you drive a car yet? You're asking the person if they have the actual physical ability to drive a car. I hope that makes it a lot clearer. Until next time, take care, guys. Has anyone ever told you, break a leg? Break a leg? And you're probably wondering, why do they want me to break my leg? Well, that's not exactly a bad thing that they have said to you. To say break a leg means good luck. Good luck. So usually this is used in theaters for actors, and it's actually bad luck for them if you tell them good luck. So instead, people say break a leg. That means I hope you do really well. I will talk about the idiom get out of hand. Get out of hand. This is usually when something is going out of control and it is not going the way it's supposed to be going. So it is getting out of hand. Ever heard someone say, we're in the same boat? In the same boat. That means that we are in the exact same situation. So for example, if you're saying, oh my gosh, that math test is so hard. I don't know how I'm going to pass it. And your friend comes to you and says, don't worry, we're all in the same boat. We're all in the same boat, meaning we're all in the same situation. So we're all gonna do exactly the same way. Have you heard the phrase, don't hold back? Don't hold back? Again, as with most of my phrases, it has two meanings. So the first is, don't hold back, meaning tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Involve all of those details that come along with that story. So don't hold back any of the details. And the second one is when you're going after your dreams and goals, somebody tells you, don't hold back, just go for it. Don't hold back, just go for it. Ever heard the idiom, fly off the handle? Fly off the handle? Well, that means that somebody got really angry. So for example, what happened last night when you came home late? Oh, my mom was so mad. She flew off the handle. Flew off the handle. She was really angry. Have you ever heard the idiom, call it a day? Call it a day? That means usually when you want to stop working on what you're working on and you just want to leave it for tomorrow. You want to continue what you're doing tomorrow and you want to finish the day. You want to finish whatever it is you're doing. You say, guys, let's just call it a day. Let's just call it a day. Did you ever hear the phrase, no way? No way. Well, this one has a double meaning, meaning it has two meanings. So first of all, let's say your son comes to you and says, Mom, can I have the car tonight? Your answer will be, no way. No way. You cannot have it. And the other way you would use no way is when you don't believe something, you are surprised. So your friend comes to you and tells you, did you hear that Susan is getting married? No way! Is she? I can't believe that. That's fantastic. No way. Have you ever heard anyone ask, can you get to the point already? Get to the point. That means that they want you to speed up your speech a little bit and get to the main point that you are trying to make. So for example, you are doing a presentation on finances, but you start talking about different businesses and it's just not really getting to the main idea that you're supposed to do. They might tell you, get to the point already. Get to the point. Just tell us the main topic. I hope that helps. Beat around the bush. Beat around the bush. Have you ever heard that before? Well, that means it is when somebody is trying to avoid saying something, usually because they feel uncomfortable saying it. They don't want to say it. It just doesn't feel good. So they beat around the bush. So for example, you ask your son, where have you been all night last night? And he tells you a whole bunch of different stories, but he never actually tells you where he went. He is beating around the bush. Have you heard of the phrase, get out of here? Again, get out of here. Well, first of all, it is pronounced, get outta here. Get outta here. And it has two meanings. The first meaning is a literal meaning. I want you to get out of this house or out of this room, so please get out of here. And the second meaning is used as more slang when you don't believe something. So for example, your friend tells you, did you know that that store is giving away free ice cream? Get out of here! Get out of here! No way! I don't believe that. Get out of here. Have you ever heard the phrase, better late than never? Better late than never. This means that it's better that you even showed up to something late than not having showed up at all. So let's say you come to the party 20 minutes late and you tell your friends, I'm sorry guys, I'm really late. And they tell you, it's okay, better late than never. So it's better that you came 20 minutes late than not even coming at all. Has anyone told you, fingers crossed? That means, I hope that something will happen. So for example, you're telling them, oh, I really hope you get an A on that test. And they're like, yeah, I know, fingers crossed it works out. I want to explain today to you the idiom, get cold feet. Get cold feet. This means to be afraid of something, to be scared of doing something. So for example, you're talking to your friend who is about to get married tomorrow, and you are telling him or her, I hope you don't get cold feet. I hope you don't get cold feet. Meaning, I hope that you're going to be brave enough to go through with the wedding and you don't get scared of getting married. So don't get cold feet. Or you can say, I got cold feet yesterday about my driver's test and I didn't go through with it. I got cold feet. I want you to know about the phrase, have a ball. Have a ball. Now you could physically have an actual ball in your hands that you can throw around, but if you're thinking of idioms, it means to have fun. To have fun. So if you're going to say, oh, that dance tomorrow is going to be awesome. We're going to have a ball. We're going to have a ball, meaning we're going to have so much fun at the dance tomorrow. Hopefully that helped you guys a lot.